What's up, guys? Video Game Mogul here, bringing you another Clash of Clans video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to Barch. I know this is a pretty simple concept, but I'm sure there's a few of you out there that could benefit from this. So I have I'm a Town Hall 9, so my maxed army troops, army camps, I can hold up to 220. So I like to split it half and half. With that, I have 110, as you can see right here, I have 110 archers and 110 barbarians. So I like to split it half and half most of the time. Sometimes I'll do it favoring one or the other. Sometimes I'll do 120 archers and 100 barbarians, something like that. And you can always switch it around, do whatever you want, but primarily that's what I like to keep it at, 110 and 110 for my Town Hall anyways. And so if you are a Town Hall 8, let me get this stat for you really quick. Let me go to a Town Hall 8 base really quick, visit. Let's see the max troops because I'm not 100% on this one. So we're going to check this guy's base. So maxed Town Hall 8 army camps, you can hold up to 200, so you can split it half and half and do 100 here, 100 barbarians, 100 archers, or you could do what clan member P3 right here is doing. He's splitting it. He's doing a what's the correct word for that, or term for that when you use minions? I think it's like a BAM. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Barbarians, archers, and minions. BAM. I'm not sure. But that's what he's doing, so you guys can split it half and half. So that's basically talking about the composition. Now we're going to get into the actual rating of it. So let me get into a little battle here. The loot has been pretty crappy lately, so I'm not 100% on finding a base, but I'll still speak, give some tips and stuff. And it looks like we just accidentally set down a troop. Oh well. We're going to surrender, take the loss for that one. But the main tactic when barching is looking for bases that have all of their resources in their collectors, or their pumps and their mines and stuff. Not their collectors, excuse me. That doesn't mean not to go for bases that have all of their stuff inside their storages, because if you have all level 6 troops, if you have level 6 barbarians and level 6 archers, you'll be able to take out most Town Hall 8 bases. I've been able to take out most Town Hall 8s with my barbarians and archers, just those. Most of the time if I find a Town Hall 9 that's a little tough, I'll use my Archer Queen and Barbarian King, and they'll help clean it up. But for the most part, the barbarians and archers should do most of it. But this base right here is a perfect example. It doesn't have all the money. It's not 125, 136, it's not that bad, it's not that great, but as you can see inside of his collectors right here, there's not that much stuff. I mean, you can see these are pretty empty right in here, and if you look over here, these are fairly empty as well, but he's got 136 here, so that's definitely none of that's. It could be in this top one right here, this one with the majority of the elixir. I bet there's probably, I don't know, 30, 40, 50k inside that one. But there's probably going to be a amount in here, and it looks like I just set a troop down again. Did not mean to. So we're going to go and end this one. But you guys get the gist of it. Go for the collectors and the mines. That's pretty much the main point you want to go after, or keep with this video. We're going to get right into this one, try to find another raid here. The loot's been horrendous lately. And another thing to look out for when you're farming, for the most part, because if you're barching, I mean, most of the time if you're barching you're also farming, but that's not the case 100% of the time. But a good thing to look out for is when you're raiding anyways. You can look over here in this top left hand corner next to the defenders, the base, their name, and you can look at their what is that called? Their league. You can see which league they're in, like Gold 1, Gold 2, Crystal, that sort of thing. So if that shield is not there, if they do not have that plaque, like that Gold 3, you see this guy has Gold 3. If they don't have that, that means that they haven't played yet that season. Not necessarily. It doesn't mean that they haven't played, but it means that they haven't attacked or anything like that, or gotten on to receive their defense wins if they've won any defense or whatever. So basically what that means, if they don't have that shield, is that they are AFK or they have stopped playing, one of the two. So those are the bases that will usually have the most money. And what I found is that, okay, see, this is exactly what I was talking about right here. This guy right here, he has no shield, but you guys could tell the majority of this gold, that 213k gold, that's all inside of these collectors right here. So I'm not going to hit this one. I don't think I'd be able to take all of it. That's what I'm looking for right now. It's already going to be hard enough because I'm raiding on my computer, and barching is really hard to do on the computer, as you can't use both your fingers to outline the base. That's another thing. That I'm going to talk to you guys about. I'll just talk about that as we're going through looking for a base. When it actually comes to deploying your troops, when you're using your barbarians, your archers, your minions, whatever you're using, there's a couple of different ways that you can go about attacking. You can do the double circle, which would look something like this. This is your finger on the screen holding it down. So let's say you're on your barbarians. You start up at the top, and you basically just do two C's, a normal C and a backward C, just like this, around the whole entire area of the base. Just do that. That's usually the tactic that I'll use the majority of the time. But there's also the just complete circle. You can just circle the whole entire base, and then once you run out of barbarians or whatever, switch over to your archers, circle the whole entire base. So that's what you can do. But my favorite way, like I was saying, is to do the two C's. And what is the other way that you could do it? You can also be strategic about it. The last clan that I was in, Symptom, they taught me a couple of different tactics when barching and stuff like that. So let's say, like, what I would mean by strategically is like, okay, you see this guy has his pump right there, okay? And maybe sit down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barbarians here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barbarians here. So instead of just all out setting down all your troops in one go, you're kind of just picking around the base, taking out the collectors. That kind of minimizes the amount that you spend, or the amount of troops that you deploy. But you know, in my opinion, sometimes I feel it's worth it. Sometimes I do. Like if I can tell that if it's all in their collectors or in all their mines and their pumps, and they're all the mines and pumps are outside the walls, I'll definitely be strategic about it, and I'll set little tiny I'll set little groups of them instead of just deploying all of them. But if the guy has his stuff, all of his collector, his mines, his pumps, all of his mines and pumps behind his walls, then what I'll do is I'll just do the circle. I'll do the two C's. I rarely ever do the complete circle. I usually just do this most of the time. So that's my main strategy, anyways, for deploying troops. And that's pretty much it for deploying, anyways. There's not much other strategies. I'm sure there's other ways of going about it, I guess you could do. That's another thing. I'm reminding myself of all these tips and stuff as I go. But the other thing is, I like to use my barbarians first when I'm attacking. So when I start on my first circles, I guess you could say, what I will do is I will start with the barbarians first, and that's mainly because they're stronger, they have more hit points, so they can take more damage, and they also deal more damage. So they use a wall. I mean, they kind of build themselves a wall for my archers, and then my archers will just sit behind them, shooting over their shoulders and stuff. It's a good little duo team that we have going on there. So that's another little tip. Just remember to use your barbarians first. In my opinion, anyways, you don't have to. I'm sure there's some people that like using archers first for whatever reason. I don't know. I just know that it works better for me if I use my barbarians first. They take out a lot of the damage. They have like 200 more health than the archers do, so it just makes more sense in my opinion to set the barbarians before the archers. But you know, I don't wanna just continue to sit here and use up all my gold searching for a battle. The loot's been very, very, very bad lately. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that. I see it in the Supercell forums all the time, people complaining about it on their Facebook posts. I see that stuff all the time. So I know that they did implement more gold loot into the wars, so that was kind of their fix to that problem, I guess. No real fix was actually made in the matchmaking system, but that's for another talk, I suppose. I hope you guys learned something from these tips. If you didn't, I apologize. I didn't really make a guide up. I mean, I kind of just started talking about this as I went. But I hope you guys enjoyed, regardless. And if you did like it, if you did learn something from this, feel free to leave a like, let me know in the comments or whatever, do all that good stuff. And as always, guys, have an awesome day. See ya.